Okay, yeah. Tua, look, man, it's time to hang it up.
I You hate to see it. It's everybody's time to go at some point. 2 years just came a little sooner than everybody else's.
If you choose to make that decision, which we know he's not going to. He's going to try to keep playing, but let's just at least watch the play where it all happened.
Yeah.
Here it is again. Shot hand right there. Down he goes. Check him out. Back
Yikes.
after this.
And you can see it towards the tail end of it too. You can see his hands start coming up like it did like 2 years ago. Uh,
Ugh.
the man's got brain damage. Like there's no other way to put it.
Again,
Again.
it's not again because like that was all 2022. Had a great 2023, but now we're back here again. I think at this point, I don't, I know he should be going to see some doctors or something, but yeah, ugh, that's what
Yeah.
they had to say here.
He does he not have the right people around him? Is that what we're finding out? Like the man has made I can pull up the actual numbers. He just signed a 4 year 160 I think something plus million. He's getting a lot of it guaranteed. There's
Hmm.
probably injury clauses in there too that he's going to get paid in the event that he can't play through the full contract. Um, he's made I think 70 million in career earnings up to this point. Um, I mean, he's in theory he's made enough money to keep himself comfortable and his family comfortable. The game only has such a small portion of your life, and he's just screwing up what could be the rest of his life after this game ends.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing right now. We don't know if he still wants to play or not, but I'm assuming that he would want to keep on playing. But it's just a matter of like what the doctors tell him at this point. So
Yeah, and we can play at least Adam Schefter from ESPN what his reporting was on this.
What are you hearing about where things stand for Tua right now?
There is no currently a timeline that exists, Green, and Tua Tagovailoa will go in search of that this week when he begins meeting with neurologists to get more information about his condition and what is the best course of action for him to move forward. He's 26 years old. When he went through this before, he had no desire to retire. My understanding is he still would like to continue playing and doesn't have any plans to retire. That is going into the meeting with the neurologist, which will help give him more information, which will help him make an informed decision. And the Dolphins are sitting.
I think that's the gist of it.
yeah, I mean, he's gonna go to the neurologist. It's only Monday, well, time of this recording anyway. So we're not gonna probably hear anything till midweek at best, but definitely towards the end of the week, because at least he's definitely not gonna play this next game. They're not trying to make that mistake again because they got investigated for that last time. So
But I mean, we're not falling for this song and dance again, where he's gonna go get a neurologist's opinion, and they're gonna be like, oh, he's actually fine, because he shows. I mean, there are plenty of neurologists out there watching football, and they can make a quick diagnosis of at least the severity of a concussion. Like he was knocked out. That wasn't his first time getting knocked out on the field, and what we know about CT more than we did maybe 15, 20 years ago is you get that first one, that's that first one, makes it easier to get the second one, get the third one.
hmm
This isn't going to stop. He's going to keep taking hits. You can't stop, defensive linemen can't stop up short. It's not two-hand touch. That's just the nature of the game.
yeah, but I mean, I don't think a neurologist is just going to tell him go out and play just for the sake of the NFL team. I do believe that in terms of the that's the one thing, like I think some people have to also understand that sometimes, or even I'll say sometimes for now, I'm not saying week to week, but like give him some weeks or something like that, he can come back to play. It's just a matter of like, but should he? Because everyone's like, well, should he? He's like, I mean, we don't think so, but he'll get the green light eventually. It's not this week. It shouldn't be a green light this week, but eventually he'll get the green light to play again. It's just a matter of like, if you're going to keep on taking the risk, take them. But if the doctor really does say like, hey, we're actually looking and we're seeing this. Like, yes, you can play, but here's the risk that you will take. It's going to be worse than from 2022 to this one. Now it's going to be from this one to the next. It's going to be even more severe because the CTE stuff doesn't really come out to play until years down the line, silently, if you will, until it's not silent anymore. But I don't think, personally, for me, I think you should just take your money and go. But that's like telling someone that's in the midst of their career, the prime of their career, if you will, to say like, hey, just stop what you're doing and go find something else to do. And it's not necessarily an easy thing, but hey, I think your life is more important than like the glory on this field. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, because I mean, there's the glory you have on the field, and then there's who you are at home. And if you're putting it all on the line on the field like this, you're not going to be the same person at home. And we know the consequences of CTE a little bit more too. I mean, you see the hits that people are getting delivered. I think Antonio Brown is probably a good case of what you can see now. But you see guys that, I'm tired of the narrative of, that you see around from commentary, which is, we know what we're getting ourselves into when we play this game. I've had 30 surgeries over the course of my career, which is, the body, but we're talking about the mind here. And that, that's something that's a little bit tougher to repair.
You'll have some. There are some. I forgot his name, but he was on a talk show and he was saying, "I had my concussions. I came right back." And I'm just like, "Yeah, but that doesn't." But one thing I did take from him, though, I forgot his name all of a sudden. But one thing I did take from him is that I do understand from the player's perspective to be like, I can still come back. I can still make do and just don't get hit anymore. Just I'll be more careful on the run or something like that. So it's going to be one of those. I think what should happen is he should retire early. But what I believe is going to happen is that he'll come back eventually later in the season. It could be 2 or 3 games from now. Who knows? I think at minimum should stay out 2 or 3, maybe even IR stint, if you will. But otherwise, I think he'll try to come back. But unless the doctors literally tell him no.
Yeah, and
That's about it.
Yeah, and you got to think about it from the optic standpoint of it too. That the NFL is looking at this situation, and it's not good. It's not good coverage. It's not good to be in the headline for something like this, and so that might play a role into this decision process as well too. But yeah, I think that about covers it. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about for Tua?
Yeah, I mean, how they say right there, for the game, it was a grade 1 when I believe it's at minimum, like another grade 2 or something like that. But otherwise, I feel like it's more of a grade 2. I know they're saying grade 1. It was probably at the time, but at this point, it's just too high of a strain. And honestly, just go enjoy your time with your family, Tua. Go have fun. Get into at least, get into sportscasting or try to be a coach. I mean, it won't be anything like playing in the game, but I'd rather just take your future man, future wife and kids, all that good stuff.
You don't even have to be very good at commentary. Tom Brady's doing it right now. That's Tom Brady.
Yeah. That is Tom Brady. They just got him in there, and he's just getting by just because I'm a legend.
He's Alabama royalty. Tua is, and his career after football is there waiting for him. He's not gonna just go away. There's definitely other ways for him to continue to be involved, and including like mentorship and all that type of stuff too.
Mm-hmm. It'll be a transition though for him. That's one thing. There's a lot of even KJ Wright when he got I think from the Seahawks to the Raiders, he even said that like when I was time for me to go up, even I had my little bout, really a down bout, knowing that I have to retire out of here. I wouldn't say depression. I don't think he suffers from that, but he was very under the weather for a little bit. So the same thing was definitely going to happen for Tua in this case. Hopefully it doesn't turn for the worse, but only for the better.
Yep, for sure. I mean, that's all from us here at Miss Reps. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment for us below. And we'll catch you again next time.
Peace.